Hello and welcome. I'm Trip and I just bought a drift car. Even though I don't know how to drift, but I have a drift car. That's cool, right? I figured since I suck at time attack and going fast, I figured I'd try something else. A new driving discipline, something I've always wanted to get into. So I picked up this '04 Nissan 350Z that is pretty much drift ready. This car's definitely like a 10-footer. It looks great about 10 feet away. Looks like shit once you get up close to it. But it's not a big deal since this car will probably eventually get pushed into a wall or another car or something anyway. So I didn't need anything too nice, too fancy. But for the most part, it's not bad. I mean, body-wise, it's straight, no major dents, anything like that. I've always been interested in drifting. I've always enjoyed it. I've gone to a lot of drift events over the years. Just never, other than doing like a practice day and kind of having fun on my own, I never really got into it. I figured this would be a good seat time car, something I can put a lot of laps and kind of learn in. I know there's a lot of 350Z drift cars out there, so it's not very original, but there's a reason you see a lot of them at the drift track, because they come from the factory with enough power, they're already rear-wheel drive, they handle great, so it's a great starting platform for drifting. Also, they're pretty inexpensive for what they are, and parts are abundant. So if I blow something up, bang the door, parts are easy to get, cheap-ish to get, so that's always a plus. I've been kind of eyeballing them for a little while now. I didn't pull the bullet to buy one until I sold my WX finally, so it's freed up another space, more room, even though I didn't need any more project cars. Got another one anyway, because I hate myself. I picked this one up outside of Atlanta, good low drive to go get it. It wasn't the cheapest one because it did come with a bunch of goodies, mostly like wheels, suspension, angle kits, rotor diff, one seat, a bunch of stuff I would have bought anyway. I can definitely find them a lot cheaper. There's a lot cheaper options out there for these, but most of them are kind of questionable. The thing about Z's, I don't mean to hate, but a lot of the owners don't really take care of their cars or care about their cars. They kind of just treat them like shit. So I didn't really want one of those. You can kind of tell in the ads when you buy one who knows about the car or cares about the car and who doesn't. The guy I bought this one from, you can tell he did a lot of stuff to it, fixed a lot of things, took care of a lot of issues, he had a lot of details about it, like all the maintenance items, so you can tell he cared and was knowledgeable about the car. And I'd much rather spend a little bit more money on somebody like that than on one of the stupid shitbox cheap ones. Even though it's cheap, you get what you pay for. So let's kind of go over some of the mods and details of this one. A lot of it I don't even know yet. I haven't jacked up the car, taken the wheels off, and really dug deep into it yet. Let's see. Obviously it has a bash bar. The car's way too damn low. Has some RPF ones, wheels, which I like them, not bad. They definitely chip the hill and have seen things. I believe it has Rev 9, 6, whatever, coilovers. Has a welded diff, bunch of control arms. I'll take the wheels off and get a better look at those a little bit. Unfortunately, it only has one seat, one Sparko. He decided to keep, it had a driver's seat, but he decided to keep it. Also steering wheel. But the car did come with a quick release steering wheel adapter and also extra harnesses and extra passenger side door cord and a few little odds and ends. Also came with a lot of extra wrap. This is a wrap. you're wondering. I think the factory color is that kind of silver color. I can't get away from silver and gray colors. I don't do it on purpose. As you see, that one silver, that one's silver. The FOS is kind of a similar color to this one. The WX I sold was silver. At least that one has a yellow door on it. Also, even the Miata, its original color is kind of that. It's kind of a silverish, bluish color. If you're wondering, the bumper was just sitting there. It's not actually mounted. I took it off to get it onto the trailer because it's way too low to get on the trailer. So it's just sitting there for the pictures, which it's made out of some weird rubber shit. I don't know what kind of bump that is, but it's really heavy. It has a quarter intake, like I said, a bash bar. It has like a little skid plate on the bottom. Strut bar, he said the battery's fairly new. Engine has 160,000 miles. You can kind of peek in now, see some of the suspension goodies in there. It has some Z1 headlights. It also came with the factory headlights with it. So it has spares. It has a G-Tech shift knob, a harness bar with harnesses. It did come with another set of bridge motor harnesses. I don't really like these super thin guys. Came with another door cord for that side. Interior's all there. AC works. That's awesome. It's not like gutted, anything like that. See, it has a ISR exhaust. Has a rear diff bushing already. And some control arms. Okay, now I do plan on trying to get her in the garage. Hopefully she makes it because it's so damn low. That way we can take the wheels off and kind of get a better look at the suspension, see what we're working with. Hey, made it in the garage. Definitely wouldn't have made it without these ramps. It's a big old spiral. Also, this door handle doesn't work. First thing I ordered, and then another set of handles. Those are kind of ugly anyway. But now the car is in the garage. I can lift it up, take the wheels off, and see what we have. And I'll probably raise it while I'm there. Hey, I got my wheels off. Looking here. Yeah, they are Rev 9 coilovers, which not the best, kind of cheap brand, but at least they look fairly new. Nice and shiny still. It does have a G-Tech angle kit on it, so that's pretty cool. But I did notice when the jam nuts are a little loose. Might have to do a bolt check on this guy. See, it has max peding, low control arms. There's that little skid plate I mentioned earlier. It's pretty fat sway ball that's not connected. I guess it's supposed to be like that. Some pretty big spacers. Also, these are not RPF ones. These are knockoffs with a ton of stretch. Look at that stretch. Okay, the rear also has some huge spacers and more max peding rods. Not sure what that rod is called, but it also has a loose jam nut that needs to be tightened. Also, guess this little control arm. Also this arm. This one as well. What the hell, dude? Now that I know what goodies it has, now I'm going to mess with the ride height a little bit. Because she's too low. Hey, I got all the coilovers adjusted. Hope I adjusted it enough. It's one of those trial and error things. Hope you adjust enough. to get the right height you want. So now I gotta put the wheels back on and see where it lands. And unfortunately, I had to tighten a lot more stuff than I like to admit. Like a lot of stuff was loose, like hand loose. Like a lot of the control rods, a lot of ball joints, the axles, the damn top hat's missing a nut, the angle kits loose, the coils and self bolts loose, the collars loose. Like I had to tighten a lot of stuff. Like some of it was just literally hand tight, and then a lot of the other stuff was not torqued very tight. So all the nice things I said earlier, said the guy, just looked like the guy killed, I take all that shit back. He just threw this thing together and sent it. Okay, I got the car back on the ground. The front end is probably a little too high. Huge wheel gap though. Pretty big in the back too. But I'll live. I'll probably end up taking it down just a little bit more. But it'll ride for now. And I also secured the bumper a lot better than it was. It was like using screws and stuff. Added a few riv nuts. That way I can use a bunch of 10 mil bolts, so everything's just a 10 mil to take the bumper off. Be a lot easier. So the car came with a bunch of extra stuff. He said it came with a quick disconnect, but it only came with half of a quick disconnect. I don't have the other half. But I have two of the little bell housing adapters. I do have this steering wheel. It used to be in fit. Might throw it in there.
In the bin.
Hey, now that I've given a good inspection, fixed a few things, or a lot of things, changed some fluid, replaced the steering wheel, fixed little things here and there, tied it up, and also know what things I need to order or look out for. I think it's time to take it for a spin. For the most part, it drives pretty well, pretty smooth. Sounds pretty good. It's not too trumpety, not too loud. That's always a plus. Don't drift. AC works. I definitely need to do something about this. It's not safe at all. I did order a new seat brackets. I haven't found the seat yet. Worst case, I'll just steal a seat out of one of the other cars for temporarily. I'm also on the lookout for some spare wheels. I did order a block-off plate for the steering wheel to cover up all my wires. Hey, I'm back from my little test drive. Well, not really a test drive. this movie magic. I've actually been driving this car for the past few days. Drove it to work today. Just haven't filmed anything in it. The car's been doing pretty well, even though she's set up for drifting. She's still not too terrible on the streets. Suspension's a little stiff, a little rough, a little bouncy. Doesn't do anything funny driving wise. I'm kind of used to driving track cars on the street, so nothing new. I'm not sure yet how the sound came out over the camera yet, but hopefully you can hear it. It has a decent tone to it. It's not the normal straight pipe trumpets that these things are kind of known for. I actually don't mind the way this car sounds. Like it has a catback. Then I don't know the different pipes for the Z yet, but then it kind of goes to that X pipe, which I think is factory. Then I think it has two high flow cats, but no cat like converters, just high flow cats to the stock headers, I think is what the setup is. Yeah, visually the car is high. Like I don't like the wheel gap, but I do like how high it is in the front. So it's one of those things. Do I keep it high and deal with the wheel gap, or lower it and deal with not being able to put it on trailers and get it in the garage and shit? I'll probably just lower it just a hair in the front, and I'll probably be happy. Also, I'll probably get rid of the sticker, and that sticker. There's no TN stuff on this car. It's a lie. When I was looking at cars, different drift cars, I also considered a G35 and G37s, which is essentially the same car. It probably would have been smarter to go for one of those, especially the four-door ones, because they have a lot more room. You can put a ton of spare tires and stuff like that in them. The room for this kind of sucks. You can't put a whole lot in the back. But I don't like the way those look. So I chose this over them on appearance alone, to be honest. Even though I think the other car, a four-door G35 or 37, would have been a lot more practical, useful. And now I have 4 two-seater sports car. I mean, I was hiding in the back over there. Sorry fit, not a sports car, or 2 doors. Then we have my wife's GTI, which is 2-door, but it's a 4-seater sports hot hatch. Still sporty, I guess. Also, ideally, I would have liked to have gotten something more stock, more bare bones. That way I would be able to do some of these mods myself and record them, make videos about them and all that stuff. But there's already a lot of content about these mods anyway, and it was probably cheaper for me to buy a car with the stuff already on it. And plus, now the car's drift ready. Other than the seat and some spare tires, the car's ready to go. So once I get that situated and necessary wheels and tires, I'm going to be on the lookout for some drift events. I don't have anything planned or set in stone yet. Luckily there's a lot of places around here that do events. I'm trying to find one that does a good beginner's day where I won't get in the way of other people, because I have a lot to learn. I'm very much a novice. So come back for that. If you want to see more content of like other cars, like a K-Swap FTRS, A2000, a Honda Fit race car, you're in the right place. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button and like and the bell and all that jazz. And I will see you next time. Peace.